So today is session, the first session of our mentorship program is about college listing and college selection. And we will talk about how to research and select your uh, target schools, and how you can create, how you can categorize your college listing as a reach safety and target schools, and how you can fit your background and goals with those colleges, and what are some of the um, most important things you have to remember while you select your colleges. So in this presentation, or in this session, we will talk about why college selection matters, why it's important, and what should you consider while selecting a school. And we'll talk about understanding the college types, what are reach, match, and safety schools, and factors to consider as an international applicant. And also, we'll talk about the financial aid, the scholarships, how to reach schools, how to research schools, and how to um, create your college list and sample college profiles. We'll also provide some examples for that, and how ASA can support you, and how you can really take the most out of this program, and some final tips and some mistakes to avoid. And yeah, and we will have some activity in the end, and we will wrap up from there. Yeah. So the first area that you should pay the most attention is that while you're selecting college, you should not think like you are eligible for all the colleges that you are applying or you're intending to apply. You should rather think about like, there are certain colleges, there are certain requirements that they have that you can meet, and there are certain things that you cannot. So that's why it really matters. It's really important that you pay attention to that. So not every school is the right for you. That's the first thing in a list, in a in an organized sheet of paper or a sheet of document and an Excel sheet can really save you. It saves you time, and also it increases your chance, and it also reduces your stress. So from my own personal experience, when I was applying, uh, once I was not really organized. I was not sure which colleges I was applying. I was just randomly selecting some colleges, and then submitting my application, my application, and I was not really getting a good result out of that. But that process, I remember, was very stressful as well, and didn't yield any outcome. Uh, but uh, but when you have a thoughtful list in an organized sheet, the colleges that you're applying, and that really saves you time, and that can give you a lot of opportunity to look into them carefully, um, and go one by one. And you can also see what are the requirements. You can also put what is the acceptance rate for that college. What is really your chance of getting into that? And yeah, when you select a college, it should um, it should always reflect your story. Like when you are, let's say you are selecting 10 colleges, and if you look at them, it really says a lot about you. It says a lot about your application, about your eligibility, about your qualification. So what kind of college you select to apply. So what kind of factors you consider in that. So try to be careful about that, and we are here to help you. So uh, we'll get deeper into that. And so what you should consider for selecting your college when you first start this process. Um, so there are several factors, but I summarized just into four categories or four reasons that you should consider. First one is, what do I want to study? The major. do they have the major, or do they offer the major that I want to study? Do they have the program? Do they have the classes even that I want to be a part of? It's really tricky sometimes. You don't pay attention to that. You just apply, and then when you get there, you say, "Oh my God, I wanted to study this," but they don't offer that major. It can be really tricky. It can be very frustrating. For example, if you come to Berea College doesn't have, let's say, it doesn't have public policy major. Uh, so there are other majors that here they're not offered here. So you should pay attention to that. You should look at the major. You should look at the minor. Um, for example, here we don't have a psychology minor, so that is a big thing for some people. Let's say some people say want to study computer science with a minor in psychology, but they can't do that here. So yeah, and the second factor is what kind of learning environment do I prefer, small or big, or rural or urban area? So the location and see, and it may sound very trivial because sometimes you're very excited, you want to get started, you just want to get there, you just want to be there. And trust me, it's not like that. It's a big factor. Location plays an important role. Do you prefer a crowded city, a big city where you can be attached to the world? You're a worldly person, and then sometimes you end up in a rural area that you may not like. So do consider those factors. Like I said, they play a very huge factor into your academic and further academic studies. And can I afford to apply, attend, or live there? Um, so consider the financial aid. So what I mean by that is not only the financial aid that you get from college, sometimes you have to spend some extra money from your own pocket to afford living there or to afford the tuition. Sometimes the colleges do not meet your 100% financial need. They don't have a scholarship that you need. I assume most of you who are here, you are trying to apply for fully funded full funded scholarships. All colleges are not able to do that for you. So make sure that you look through their website very carefully. You go deeper, and you may ask them, you may send them an email, say, hey, do you offer any financial aid? Do you have any scholarships that I need? And this is my situation. This is who I am. I cannot pay for everything, or I may be able to pay up to, let's say, $10,000 per semester or per year, but not more than that. Do you have this scholarship that I'm looking for? Yeah, I mean, pay attention to that. These are really important. Trust, I have seen our own students. They applied to some colleges, some universities, and they made it here. And their first semester was good, smooth, and then the second semester, college required them to pay $8,000, um, and that would continue until they graduate. And they were calling me. I mean, they were not in a good situation. So I don't want that for you. Look for the scholarships, see what they can afford, what they can give you, what they can offer you, and see the deal, and then consider and weigh which college is better for you. Yeah, and then see what kind of support exists for international students. So every college has a CIE, CIE office or CIE department, where it's only for international education or for international students. See what kind of support they offer. Trust me, it's also a big deal. And sometimes, and I say these things from my own personal experience, and how that can affect the life of a student uh, here in the US. And yeah, it's in the end. I just I wrote here. This is not just about getting in. It's about going there and thriving and growing when you get there. Okay, so I don't want you to go somewhere you feel stress, somewhere you are not feel comfortable, somewhere you're required to do a lot, or you're required to pay a lot, but you don't get a lot out of it. So I don't want that for you um, at all. Yeah. So these are all the factors that you should consider before applying to college or before selecting a college. So these are the factors that you should consider as your determining factor for your success. And yeah, so the college types, so understanding, so I am sure some of you may not be familiar with this, while some of you are. And so it's very important to understand what kind of scholarships or what kind of financial aid are being offered by colleges. So the first one is need blind with full aid. So need blind means um, colleges do not really consider your financial need during your admission, during while they review your application, and they often offer full funded scholarships or full right to cover your 100% of your need. Like if you get into those colleges, um, you will be covered. Like everything will be covered for you, 100%. So in some cases, like Korea as well, if you get in 100% scholarship, even they will cover uh, your transportation costs and everything. And those colleges are like Harvard University, like for international students. So I'm talking from international student perspective, and Harvard University, Amherst College, Princeton. So these there are several colleges like Columbia, Stanford. Yeah, so these are some of the top tier colleges and some top tier universities, and some other colleges too. They meet your 100% need. For example, one of the universities that I really like, it's in Richmond, Virginia. It's called University of Richmond. It's a really good university. It's a very small, medium-sized college, and they meet your 100% of financial need. Yeah, and you should, it's your responsibility to research either they do meet your 100% of financial need or not. Yeah. And some colleges are need aware, but also generous. So need aware, it means they do consider your financial need while review your application. But also very generous. So most of these colleges are really, really generous. Um, and Yeah, I mean, they do consider your financial situation. Like, for example, Berea College, they are saying that they are need aware because they are trying to help students that are um, from underrepresentative underrepresented communities and those who are coming from low income families, and they are very generous with their financial aid. Yes, in some other colleges like Colby College and Wellesley College. They're all colleges that are offering full funded scholarships while also consider your financial need uh, for while reviewing your application. And yeah, so some other colleges that have scholarships, specific scholarships that you should apply to. Um, in those scholarships are 100%. So some scholarship based in colleges are Clark University, and they have a scholarship called Global Scholars Program, and I personally applied to that scholarship. And also they have another scholarship which is a presidential scholarship. They accept only 5 students per year. For that scholarship, it's very competitive. It's very good scholarship too. If you are part of that scholarship, they will put you on honors program, and there are a lot of other things that you can get out of that scholarship, and that's a fully funded program for 4 years until you finish your degree. And University of Miami, they have STEM scholarship, which is fully funded, and University of Alabama Presidential Elite Scholarship. So yeah, these are scholarship-based universities. While you apply to colleges, you make sure you look for these scholarships if they are need aware or need blind, and see um, if they have scholarships available like this. You can apply. So in most cases, they require separate applications for these scholarships. So you have to write a separate letter, a separate personal statement, or separate supplemental essay. Yeah. And yeah, some universities self-funded. You have to pay for your own for your own expenses, and there are mostly public or state universities, and also international students are expected to pay the full tuition sometimes, and some of them are offering some scholarships, but I couldn't find any. For example, UCLA, um, they are offering. I've heard that I've seen some students studying those universities with full scholarships as well, but it's very rare to get scholarships from those universities. Yeah, yeah. I hope this helps you this helps you like get an idea of what it really is, like how you can find your own ideal university based on these college types. Yeah. And and so okay, the next thing that you should understand is the financial aid and scholarships. So there are key terms that students do not sometimes distinguish between them, and we get questions say, "Hey, what is the difference between this and that?" But here they are like need-based aid, like based on your financial situation. So need-based is if you really need this amount, they will give you. For example, if you stated in your applicant that you are coming from a very low income family, you can't pay for your tuition or you can't pay for your living cost, they consider that. That's your financial situation. So that's need based. And then merit based is based on your academic qualifications and extracurricular achievements, based on the strength of your application and in your character. So they see how much qualified you are, and if you really meet the requirements they are looking for. And also we have full ride. If that's full ride, it means we're fully funded. It means they will cover everything from tuition, housing, meals, and more, and board and everything. Even in most cases, transportation. Uh, yeah. So yeah, and but your goal should be first full ride. If you get a full ride, that's a very good opportunity that you should go for. For example, Bury College is 100% full ride for all first year international students. And also Minerva University is a partial to fully funded merit-based scholarships. It's in California. It's very good very good university. And Asian University for women, and they have uh, they have specific scholarships for Afghan girls. So try to consider that. And also we have DOT scholarship, which is mostly, I guess it's for grad school from Germany. And we have Turkey, Hungarian. Yeah, there are other scholarship programs too that you may consider. Yeah, and this is intended to give you an idea of what these key terms mean, and scholarship and financial aid. Yeah, and yeah. So in the beginning, I talked about reach, match, and safety schools. This is how you should organize your the sheet um, that you organize for yourself to find those colleges and see if you really meet their qualifications, and how you can organize them in a way that you will not be confused or stressed. So reach schools are like very highly competitive, like very low acceptance rate, and very like they require you to be very strong applicant. Like for example, so top tier schools like Ivy Leagues, your GPA or test scores may be below average, maybe. So yeah, these are rich schools. For example, like Columbia or Yale or USC or Harvard. So those can be like rich school, and these schools are when you do not have some of the requirements, when you do not meet some of the qualifications. For example, they require you to have a 4.0 GPA or at least 3.9 GPA, but your GPA is, let's say, 3.7 or 3.8. So that's the reach school for you. Or yeah, there are other factors that you may be lacking, or sometimes you don't. If you don't, that is a match school. So match schools, you meet or exceed their average profile, or you, but they're still very competitive. So you have to be realistic with that. And Rich schools are schools that you meet the requirements, you meet the average requirement, or you are above the average profile for them. If they require, let's say, 3.6 GPA, you have a 3.7 GPA. If they require you to, let's say, a, let's say a TOEFL, they require 100, let's say the 100 TOEFL score. You have 105. So you see, you match with that school, and but still they can be very competitive sometimes. It doesn't mean that you will get into those schools. It means they are competitive, and you just match with that school. Yeah, and some safety schools, they are less competitive. Their acceptance rates are low, and you are likely to be accepted. And yeah, so but still you have to like rationalize. You have to look at like how many safety, how many match, how many rich schools do you really need. So do not go beyond like two to four rich schools, to 3 to 5 match schools, and then two safety or three safety schools. Yeah. um I mean, yeah, do not go beyond that. So apply more to, I would say, apply more to match schools, because that is the area that you are more comfortable, and then see like you would get in. Yeah. And yeah, so I hope you understand the type of schools that you should apply. And yeah, so factors for international students. So yeah, so some of the factors that you should consider for international, as an international student, some of the questions that you should ask. Okay, so I know it's very exciting. Sometimes you are just trying to get in, like get started, and then do what is needed, and then let's get the admission offer, or we'll do whatever. Trust me, there's a long process. And some of the questions that you should ask: do they offer full scholarships, or need this financial aid to international students or to non-US citizens? Some of the schools, they don't, they just don't. I mean, you cannot push them to do it. And is the application fee waiver available? There are some schools that they do have application fee waivers. Yeah, look for those. And can I submit Duolingo instead of TOEFL or IELTS? Some schools, they don't really care about Duolingo, and they don't accept Duolingo. And I've seen like one of the schools that I applied, the University of Washington in St. Louis, I guess, and I submit my Duolingo, and they didn't accept that. They said no, we need TOEFL or IELTS. And do they sponsor student visas? Yes. I mean, that's also a factor. And in some schools, but this is a very rare situation. Some schools, they don't sponsor student visas because they are not civis registered, I guess. Yeah. And what are some of majors that are strong there? Yeah. For example, Columbia University, one of the majors that is very strong is quantitative economics. Uh, and yeah, and for example, Stanford CS or computer sciences, very strong there in engineering thing. Yeah, so look for, ask these questions before you before you research your college. So these are all the questions that, these are all the steps that helps you increase your chance of getting in, because when you match yourself with a school, that can reflect on your personal statement, that can reflect on your essay, your whole story match with that university, and that your chance of getting into that school is very high. Yeah, so how to research them? And trust me, I we are getting questions from students to your email. Hey, how to? Can you send me a list of, for example, can you send me a list of 10 colleges that are very low acceptance rate, fully funded scholarships, very easy to get in, and low qualifications? That's not such a thing. I mean, um, I encourage you to go ahead and then and do this process by yourself, and go deeper, and then look for what they look what the qualifications and everything, the requirements, and that's better because you understand yourself better. So and see what you can do for yourself. Okay. um, and yeah, so Google, I mean, now we all use Google every day. And so Princeton Review is also a good resource. Common App, college search tool. Yeah, I mean, Common App, everything you could find on Common App. It's very well rounded, very organized. And university websites. Yeah, I mean, check admission requirements for international students, and you can find all those information on university websites. So to not trust other websites when they say things about that university, but try to go to their official website and see what they need. And US News and the World Report, that's the most reliable source for you to look into those colleges. US News is yeah, it's very reliable. And some of the tips: always verify on official websites. There are universities that have duplicated websites by other resources, but that's not the website that you should use. And read through the financial aid section carefully. Yeah, and make sure that they have what you need. And I mean, there are sometimes misleading information in other websites that you should not be fall in that trap. And yeah, read the admission requirements. They all have undergraduate, graduate, other programs requirements and admission and deadlines and everything. Make sure you put all those information in your sheet, and then have them organized, kind of. Yeah. And yeah, so finally, crafting your personal college list. Yeah, so we talked about all the things that you should look for, all the requirements, the goals that you should set yourself. Yeah, so start with your goals. Start what you really need, what you're looking for. I mean, the criteria that I told you should look for into those colleges, and then prioritize funding and eligibility. Let's say if they are funding you as an international student or not, if they are having any scholarships that are fully funded or full ride. Yeah. And then group your college search or college list into reach school, match school, and safety schools, and then use a table to track them. Yeah, I mean, name, country, so that's not really important, but name is important. Deadlines, test requirements, application platforms, or what kind of application do they accept. So one heads up here that some universities, they do not accept Common App or Coalition App. They have their own application platform on their attached to their website. So make sure that you use the right application. And do they have financial aid available, or some of the notes that you have to keep for that university? Yeah. So I'm not gonna go really deep into this. It's very straightforward. So yeah. And yeah, so your table should look something like this. Yeah, if I were you, I would do this: university, country, deadline, it offered, English test, and application, and notes or type. Yeah, so because, for example, Berea College is in the US, the deadline is November 3rd. It's the early admission deadline, and they also offer full funded. Duolingo is accepted. They have their own application or direct application. And it's very selective, requires good story. Yeah, and yeah, you should have your table should look something like this: very organized, very good. Yeah. And yeah, so some of the final tips or the mistakes you should avoid is, um, first, do start early, please. Like I said, if you are applying for fall 2026, you should start right now. Uh, I mean, it's really good opportunity for you to be in this program because we are helping you all the way through the process, and think realistically and strategically, and do not like imagine things. Do not be hypothetical. Try to be realistic with things. These are the things that I need. These are the things that I don't, and this is the college that I'm not eligible for. These are the colleges that I'm eligible for. What I can do to improve myself, what I can do to improve the application. Do not be like imaginary. Do not be like hypothetical. Do not live in hypothetical situations. So yeah, and focus on funding and eligibility. Yeah, funding is a big thing. So focus on that. Do they offer funding or not? Just find that out. You can always reach out to them by their email and ask them. Yeah, so keep a spreadsheet. And like I said, the spreadsheet I already showed you, and focus more on your essays and story. So yeah, essays, we will talk a lot about essays. We'll talk about supplemental essays, motivation letters, personal statement. So we'll talk about those things a lot. Uh, and that really helps you stand out. Your essay is the first thing that application those who review your application will read. And yeah, seek help. You're already seeking help. So yeah, props for you. And so some of those, please do not only apply to Ivy Leagues. That's I think unless you're really um, strong, I mean strong application, uh, and you're really confident in that, you may not apply to Ivy Leagues only. So and don't apply blindly without researching. I uh, I I don't understand that. I mean, sometimes people do that, and they just randomly apply. Like I myself did, um, and just don't blindly like submit your application to a random university. Yeah, and do not forget application requirements or deadlines. Yeah, do not wait till the last minute and they say, oh, I missed this, and then this is the deadline. Yeah, so make yourself organized and underestimate regional options. Yeah, do not underestimate some of universities that you may not find attractive, but they are offering a lot of things that some of the universities don't. Yeah, do not underestimate your story or your essay. Like I said, is your essay is the most important aspect. So one of the most important one. So yeah, we'll talk about that in your story, how you can really connect yourself or your story to the goal, to the mission of that college or that university. So that's another thing that you should avoid. And yeah, so that was it. So that was the last thing that I wanted to talk about in this session. So now I have a task for you, and the task is you choose one rich, one match, and one safety school that you might apply. And you have, so I didn't put the timing here, but you have 5 minutes and research. You want to go Google or wherever you want to go, research if they accept Duolingo, research if they offer fully funded scholarship or full aid, if they require ACT or not. Yeah, and use the template that I gave you in the beginning or in the middle of the session, or use your own like spreadsheet or the table you want to create. So I am gonna stop here. You can use this. Uh, you can use this template, or you can take a picture or whatever, but these are the questions that, sorry, you should, the things, the areas that you should research. And you have 5 minutes. I'm gonna keep a timer here for you. It's 11, yeah, so your time starts now, and after 5 minutes I will come back to you. I will randomly choose someone to talk about the school they choose. 3 schools, okay? So that should not be very difficult. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, let's go ahead and I want to go. Uh, okay, first with what was that? So okay, Soraya Asil, do you want to go ahead and talk about the
Yes,
college?
sir.
Yeah, you want to go ahead?
Yes, sure. Um, the first university I choose is Harvard. It
Okay.
doesn't accept Duolingo, and only TOEFL and IELTS score are accepted. And about the standardized test, Um, it requires SAT or ACT scores.
Mm-hmm.
And about tuition starting. Sorry, it's not free. Completely full fund. Starting from 200,000. Um, and about the second university, this
Mm-hmm.
I just um, choose one university. I run out of time.
Okay. You so you said Harvard, but you didn't categorize it, or either it's reach, match, or safety. Yeah, I don't have your voice, but I wanna elaborate on that a little bit. So first, try to categorize which category it is, reach, match, or safety. I assume it should be like reach school, and so one thing you said it's not free. I mean, if your family makes under $100,000 or $150,000 a year, they will give you fully funded scholarship. So yeah, they are offering fully funded scholarship, and so there is information more correct, I guess. And yeah, who want to go next? Shakila, Shakila, who Huzuri, am I correct?
Yeah, sir. First of all, hello all. I hope you are doing well. And I'm currently on the website of Will Cornell Medicine, but actually, I do not find any. I I could not find the all about the informations like the requirements. Just yeah, the documents that we needed. Just uh, like. Uh, like personal statement, letters of recommendation, and if we want to apply for a scholarship, uh, yeah, it has also um, we can apply for a scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
And about the GP, it is GPS. I think it is 3.9. Yeah,
Okay. Hey, good
yeah.
information.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
so
just
that's
knew this
great.
much. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So good information. So try to categorize it either that's reach, match, or safety school, and then see what kind of information you need to put in that table that we showed earlier. We want to go with one more person, Muslima Sadaf. Want to go ahead, and then we will come back to you.
Hello, everybody. So, by the way, I'm not fully ready, but I would like to present how I've made my sheet. So, I just researched about three universities. The Reach one was Stanford University in California, USA. Mm, The type is Reach School, and they accept three English tests, all of the Duolingo, TOEFL, and IELTS. The TOEFL score should be minimum 100 score, and for IELTS it should be 7 minimum, and for Duolingo 125. And mm, they requires AT test as well, 100 to 1570 scores. And the second university I researched for was Match School, University of Madison, uh, Wisconsin in USA. So they requires SAT for middle like 50%. The score will be about 30, 1300 maybe. And the English test of the test of to be 80, and IELTS should be around 6.5 maybe, and the Duolingo should be the minimum 110, and University of Alabama in USA, they requires SAT as well, and the acceptance rate is 80%, and this SAT test score should not be much high, like they accept 1,000 scores maybe, and the mm, the tests of English, the minimum score should for TOEFL IBT should be 61 or 70, and the minimum for Duolingo should be 95, and for IELTS it should be around 6. So this was the research I did. It's not perfect, but I did.
Yeah, great. No, that's great. I mean, you found some great information. I think that's really helpful for you in the future if you want to apply to those colleges, to kind of understand what they really want. So yeah, awesome, and thank you all for this activity. So now your assignment for till the next session. I mean, please do not wait till the last minute. I mean, one day before the next session. You I mean, do not wait. I mean, in the next week, we ask that you send a full list of your universities. I mean, the colleges and universities you selected in the new founders information. Please do that by today is 31st. Our the second session is on 14th. So on 14th of September, just let me double check that, please. Yeah, so our second session is on 14th of September. So your assignment should be submitted by the latest 10th. Okay, so the deadline is 10th of September. So you can submit this on Discord. So I didn't show the Discord yet. So I was supposed to show you and give you a tour of how to use the Discord. We have the announcement channel, so where we would announce things, so we will share the links for our meetings, and so important stuff go there. We have the chat channel, so here you can just chat, you see what people say. I just asked you to write brief introduction. Those who you didn't, please do so as soon as possible. And we have resources here. I will share some of the resources that we are using for this for our throughout our program. And your assignment, please submit your assignment through email. Okay, so that is, I guess, easiest. And the email that you should use is contact at Afghan. So the email that you should use is on the chat here. So yeah, you should use that email to submit your assignment. So your assignment for till the next session, till the deadline is September 10th, and you should submit a full list of your colleges, the universities that you apply. So a finalized list, so to speak, a finalized list of the universities you want to submit your application to, and then we will provide feedback for that. Yeah, our next session again will be on September 14th. Yeah. So do you have any questions, Muslima?
Um, yes, sir. So can we use Excel sheet for Google, and we can share it with you on Google? Is it okay?
Yes, yeah. Either Excel sheet, I mean Google Excel sheet or Google Doc or whatever. If you want to share a link to that, that would be also acceptable. Yeah, I mean, if you share a document with us, a Word document that we download that and we open it, that would be less convenient. If you share a link, that would be awesome. Yeah. And okay, next question would be from Elaha.
Hi to everyone. I hope you all are doing well. I just want to ask that in the beginning of our session, you say that we have some. You say that we don't have some kind of IELTS course, IELTS or TOEFL or Duolingo preparation course, but you know that these days I'm just preparing for IELTS and I have self-study. So I just want to ask you that if the program just help us with as you say that like it's like some guidance on the how we can prepare, because I'm really confusing about how I can prepare, because it's a bit challenging for me. So in regarding this, if this mentorship program really help us with the preparation of IELTS or no, because I think it is on maybe for the next sessions in the future, maybe we should talk about it, but because these days I'm just preparing, so and I'm really facing very very challenges. So I just wanted to ask you that if when we will have this course or maybe this guidance on the preparation. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, so thank you for the question. But in the beginning, I mentioned that this program is more about like college focused. It is not a test focused. It's not one aspect. It's an overall instruction on how to like make yourself more competitive for college applications. And that's the goal. So it's not a preparation course. However, we will talk about the TOEFL, the IELTS, but we will not get into that. So this is not so we are not trying to prepare you in one day, for example. So it's not a test that you can prepare in one day, right? So, but we will talk about it in our third phase, I guess. Third phase, yeah, our third phase, which is the eighth session, and we will talk about the in IELTS, the Duolingo, the TOEFL, and the ACT in one session. So it's not really deep. It's just a superficial information, and yeah. So, but there are online resources that you can use. Online resources on YouTube, on websites, and different things that you can use to prepare yourself. So we do not have currently an IELTS preparation course that can help you, but I think the application for our Duolingo is open, so you may apply if you want to. But yeah, again, we will not get deep into that because we don't have time. This is more, so this is a mentorship focus. This is a college and academic focused program. Yeah. So I hope that helps. And next question would be from Wida Alizada.
Yes, I was just asking that when's the exact time for the next session? Will it be like this time for the next week?
Yeah, so our next session will be September 14th, the same time. Yeah, I mean, the details will be shared on our announcement channel. Yeah, so keep in mind that please you are available on Discord. Always be when you are online, try to open Discord and see the chat and everything. I don't want you to miss any session. I don't want you to. So we keep an attendance of everyone in the beginning of the session and in the end of the session. So if you miss a session, that's not good. That's a very red flag for you. And so yeah, make sure you always look for the announcements, for the chats, for the information that we are sharing, for the resources we're sharing on Discord. So that is what you should do. Okay. So I see some people, they don't respond to texts. They just, yeah, stay silent, do not do anything. And yeah, that's not just good for you. Yeah. And next question would be from Shahrazad. Yeah, Shahrazad.
Yes. Am I audible?
Oh, yes, you are.
Okay. Greetings, everybody. Thank you so much for providing such a comprehensive information about the application process. So I have a question that has stuck in my mind for a month, but I would like to ask it from you. Obviously, the US visa is suspended specifically for Afghans. And so do you think it affects our application? And if we get admission from any university, are we able to get visa or not?
Okay, great question. Let me tell you this. So I am hopeful that it will change, and it will 100% change. So I am sure. And the next thing is that in Berea College, we have students who came from the countries who are on the ban list, who are on the travel ban list of the Donald Trump. So yeah, and do not give up on that, based on what's going on right now. And I have seen myself, a student from a country that is on that ban list, and he got his visa and he is here. Yeah. And that will happen to any one of you, if you want, I guess. And you guys are applying like mostly for fall 2026, and that should not be a problem. I think that there will be a lot of changes in that policy, and that's not really successful. That policy is not successful, and I am aware of that. Yeah. And next question would be Gulsum. Gulsum, yeah.
Yes, thank you for giving me this opportunity. So actually, I wanted to ask if this mentorship program prepare as only for U.S. universities or for other universities like Canada, Australia universities, or maybe Europe universities, or the main focus is on U.S. universities. Thank you.
Sorry, I didn't really get your question. Um,
Yeah, I wanted to ask if this mentorship program only focus on U.S. universities or it also focus on other universities like Canada, Europe, or other countries.
yeah, like I said, yes, it is. Yeah, we don't only focus on U.S. universities. Like I said before, you can have a list of colleges or universities that you want to apply, and they are not in the U.S. They are in Europe, or they are in Canada. They are in some other countries. Yeah, we do. Like we don't focus only on U.S. Universities. Does that make sense to you? Yeah, and okay, so we have one question in the chat, and that will be it. How long did it take you to apply for colleges? Oh, uh, for me, when I was in 11th grade in school, I started the like preparing for the TOEFL. I did take the TOEFL in 2021 once, and then in 2022, I took the TOEFL again in the Duolingo. Sorry, the Duolingo, no, the SAT. I did take the Duolingo, but I didn't use it. Uh, yeah, I did take the SAT and the TOEFL in 2022, and then I applied in August 2022. I submitted my application in 13 universities in colleges in the US. Um, yeah, in 2022, and then I got here in 2023. So yeah, so hope that was helpful and informative for you all. Thank you for joining in our next session. Once again, I want to repeat this. Every time you come here, every session. Oh, so we have one more question, Muslima.
Um, Sorry for interruption. I just wanted to ask, does universities accept online degrees diploma from high school or no? Because due to the restrictions, I'm graduated from online school.
Yes. So yeah, I mean, yes, they do specifically for you guys. I mean, for for girls in Afghanistan. If you like make a narrative, we can write a statement, say, "Hey, this is my situation." I mean, 100%. I mean, universities can be very understanding. In the admission officers, they do understand your situation. Yeah, I mean, if you don't have the opportunity to go to school in Afghanistan, and they are aware of that situation, and they're not gonna say, "Oh no, you should have gone to university to school," 100%, and they're not gonna be that stubborn. So there are some flexibility with that. Yes, and I'm aware of that. Yeah, so you should not worry about that too much. And okay, so again, so coming back to my previous point, our next session will be 14th of September, and the details will be shared in our announcement channel. And your assignment will be to share your finalized list of colleges that you want to apply for, and submit that through our email contact at afghanscholaracademy.org. And the next thing is that when you show up for the sessions, please, next session will be another mentor, another presenter. When you show up for the sessions, please do not leave the sessions. It will be very disrespectful for others and for you yourself, for us, for everyone here, right? So stay here, and when you come and when you enter the meeting, we will see who are here. We keep actually, this system is keeping your name and a record of your name that you showed up and you stayed in the meeting till the end. And in the end of the program, we'll see, and we will have a we will celebrate that. We will appreciate that by maybe giving you a certificate, and that may affect that the access to that celebratory award. So try not to do that. Just make yourself consistent and do that, please. As like I said in the beginning, the process of selecting all of you are very hard, and when we went through every single application, 350 application, one by one, single one. So yeah, so make that effort worth it. So yeah, and I'm sure you all have some potential and to grow and to succeed, and we want that, and we are here to help you.